I'm Lindsay Bjerregaard.
And I'm Stephen Markley. Today we're talking about electric cars,
Gas shortages,
and Camaro picks from the Texas State Fair.
We are?
So sit back.
Wait, what happened to my expose on the government's $25 billion loan to the auto industry?
You're watching CarsCast Weekly. While Washington tries to avoid an economic meltdown, the Southeast has been coping with severe gas shortages due to Hurricanes Ike and Gustav. States including Alabama, Tennessee, Georgia, and the Carolinas have been out of gas for weeks, causing hoarding and long lines. With all this doom and gloom, I thought I'd offer tips on surviving these tough economic times. M&Ms are precious. Try holding them in your mouth and slowly dissolving the candied shell with your saliva rather than just chewing a handful all at once. Your M&Ms will last longer and be more satisfying. This has been Steven's Tips for Tough Economic Times.
Wow, quite informative.
Thanks.
Well, outside Portland, Oregon, one town is turning to electricity. Lake Oswego is adding an electric recharging station, and city leaders think the station will help draw people downtown. There are currently only 270 electric vehicles registered in Oregon, but with mainstream electric vehicles, these stations may become more common.
I'm assuming you have some kind of brilliant segue to let us know what kind of car might use that recharging station?
Well, speaking of electric cars that will use that socket, GM is trying to get its Chevrolet Volt classified as the first car to get 100 miles per gallon. According to GM, the EPA has agreed to preliminary testing rules for the Chevy Volt that would translate to at least 100 miles per gallon. Word is that the overall range could be 400 miles or more on a full tank of gas, which would include 40 miles traveling solely on a fully charged battery.
Yes, Lindsay, those stories were interesting, but now we get to the good stuff. Specifically, the Chevy Camaro. Cars.com staff photographer Ian Merritt recently visited the State Fair of Texas Auto Show, where he put together a nice pictorial overview of the 2010 Camaro RS. Ian notes that the car is smaller than the Challenger and more the size of a Mustang, but also, and I quote, "The nose is so distinctive I'm seeing it in my dreams." So good.
Stephen, I did a serious investigative piece about the $25 billion loan to the auto industry. What about journalistic integrity? What about accountability? What about ethics? Stephen, are you even listening to me?
Shh. Do you have like a clip of the week you can play or something?
Well, actually, we do have a clip of somebody explaining the creative way they tried to get out of a speeding ticket.
I freestyled.
You freestyled?
Yeah.
Show them how you did it.
Yeah, show me.
Show them how you did it.
All right, listen. I know I'm just speeding, but don't give me this ticket. It was a good cause. Just listen, you can get with it. I'll probably give you a story. It might be a little boring, but I was on my way to rescue my homie Corey.
That's my name.
That's how it go.
Yeah, cool.
Well, that's all the time we have for this week. For CarsCast Weekly, I'm Lindsay Bjerregaard.
And I'm Stephen Markley, and until next time, don't let Lindsay talk when I'm thinking about my baby.
For more car-related news, go to Cars.com or our blog, Kicking Tires.